Hi, this is David Bolton from Cars and Coffee, and we're here with Tom Alspach, and he's brought a 1965 GTO, and we're going to have him talk about it a little bit. Tom, when did you acquire the GTO?
Actually, I purchased GTO in 1999, and I purchased it out of New York. And from what I understand, it was actually an original purchase here in Las Vegas, Nevada at Pat Clark Pontiac. And it's original 389. The only thing that might not be original is actually the tri-power setup, but for all intents and purposes, when I bought the car, it is a tri-power 389 tri-power 4-speed car.
Okay, and when you acquired the car, what work did you have done on it, or what did you do to it yourself?
Actually, when I acquired the car, it was in good condition, but it needed to be restored. It needed paint. The engine compartment needed to be restored, and the interior. So I did the engine compartment myself, and then after a few years owning the car in 2005, I took it to the Indian Springs State Prison and had it repainted Night Watch Blue, which was the color that I had when I bought it.
You said you took it to the Indian Springs State Prison?
Yes. So actually the car did do some time out there. It was the Indian Springs State Prison, and the guys out there, they have a restoration facility. They actually do some of the Shelby Cobras and that out there as well, and also the cars from Imperial Palace, the collector's cars out there as well.
That's part of their rehabilitation program?
Actually, I believe so. I think the restoration facility itself, they have a guy that's actually the head of the restoration shop there, and they do everything. They were doing frame offs at one point, but mine was, frame offs. Mine was a frame on. So they just basically took the car down and reshot it with the new color.
The engine, what modifications have you done to the engine?
The only modifications I've done, it's pretty much a stock 389 tri-power engine. The only modifications I've done to it recently is I put some roller rocker arm tips on it, some new push rods and that kind of thing. But basically it's a stock 389, 360 horsepower tri-power.
All right. Interior work. Did you have any modifications with the interior?
Not modifications. I had it restored to original condition. There was one thing, but I had a friend of mine, Richard Ross, from the Venetian. He recovered the seats for me, the front seats, and we put the carpeting in together, and the back seat's actually the original from 1965, I believe. The only other modifications or restoration I did in the interior, I put the aftermarket steering wheel on. I redid the dash inserts, the wood grain, I put that on there, and I added an original 1965 Pontiac GTO 4-speed console with the vacuum gauge.
All right. During the restoration and putting this back together, did you have any problems with parts or any of the issues with that?
Actually, through my research and through actually coming down to Cars and Coffee and meeting different people online and whatever, the restoration process as far as getting parts in it was a pretty simple process. Unbeknownst to me until I did that, there's Ames Performance, there's Original Parts Group, who's a big, obviously a big vendor, and performance years and those types of places. But most of the stuff, I'd say probably at least 90% of the stuff that I bought, I got from Ames Performance out of New Hampshire, I believe they're out of, and that's who I used as one of the main vendors for the car.
All right, and is it a daily driver, or how often do you take it out?
You know what, I do events like this. I do some of the car shows, like the spring shows, Henderson Days, and those types of shows. I don't really take it like out of state or too far, even in town, because of the condition, and I want to keep it that way. But basically, I come down on Saturday mornings and do this type of thing.
All right. Do you know the man that was originally behind the GTO that brought it to fruition?
Actually,
Trivia.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I'm just drawing a blank right now.
John DeLorean.
DeLorean. That's it. I was at the tip of my tongue. I apologize.
Oh yeah.
But I should know.
No problem.
John DeLorean, actually, and he was responsible actually for the change in the from 64 to 65 and I'm glad I was able to be one of the persons to be able to own one. So.
When you take it out on the road, what is the wow factor? How often do you get stopped and people ask questions about it?
It's like a virtual car show. Every time I take it out, the thumbs ups and the highs and whatever. And I'm just an outgoing person anyway, so yeah, it's just really it's really a pleasure to be able to actually show the car off and have other people have the interest as well, and it's just really a nice feeling.
All right. Any other projects in the future, or are you going to hold on to this for a while?
I think I'm going to hold on to this for a while, only because of the fact that I've had it so long now. I thought, naturally, if a collector would come along and the price is right and all that kind of stuff, I would do, maybe think about it. But right now, as it stands, I'm going to keep it for a while and maybe leave it to the family. We'll see how things goes. You never know. Maybe a retirement may bring bring a change. But for right now, it's a keeper.
All righty. Well, I want to thank you, Tom Alspach, for bringing this out to Cars and Coffee, and we'll see you out there on the road.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.